Hello, and welcome to the Casino Tears podcast. I'm one of your hosts, 10 Ton is number one, and joining me as my co-host is the one and only Ed Robinson from Roll to Win Craps. If you want more info on our show, please visit our page at casinotears.com. On this week's show, we discuss the Kobayashi Maru, redemption, buy-in etiquette, Caesar's Palace, repeaters. We also touch on The Irish Goodbye, vent line messages, Hooker's Alley, Forrest Gump, Uncle Fester, and Ed's very impressive Star Trek knowledge. What's up, Ed?
Waiting on your ass.
Are you mad at me? How's your mic?
I'm always mad at you. Let me check my mic.
I think it sounds pretty good, man.
You're always late.
I know. I know I am. I'm always late.
I know why you're single.
Yeah, because I don't like people yelling at me.
That and you would never make it to a wedding on time. They'd already be gone by the time you showed up.
It might be a blessing in disguise, right?
Most likely. Ask most any married man. What are you drinking in that fancy cup?
Ed, do you see this cup? Let me put this cup up. This is our July 4th on-off mug.
Nobody's going to be able to see that because you never put any video up.
I know, but we're going to put video up. But check this out, Ed. This mug, actually, it might be one of my favorite ones.
I love that mug.
I didn't even send you a sample. I should send you a sample.
No, I don't need a sample, but I posted it on Facebook and other places.
It's cool. Guess how many people bought it?
0.
Yeah, no one bought it. What the hell, man?
I don't know. I had somebody say they wanted to buy 2 of them, and I gave them the link, and they saw the price, and they faded away.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Fade away, fade away.
Good stuff costs money.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you okay, man. Do you see this shirt, dude? You see what that is? It's cool. My friend's brand. I don't know what it's called, though, but he sent me... But he sent me this shirt, and I love the logo.
The guy's not even sitting in the chair.
The guy's sitting.
His butt's not even touching the bottom of the chair.
It's modeled after the MLB logo, and we were talking about baseball.
I see that.
And it's this guy just working on his computer.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I love this. It's got a huge logo of that on the back.
I want to quit wearing our T-shirt. I want to quit wearing this. Yeah.
I like seeing it. It's just branding. I love it, man.
Yeah, but nobody else can see it.
Listen, Ed, I'm going to have an announcement about that. Very shortly.
Yeah, kind of like you're always on time. Okay, here's my announcement.
Dude, let's hear it. I'm ready. I'm ready, Ed.
What is the one thing that you want if you had a losing session?
I want my memory to be erased. Oh, nice.
You want redemption.
Redemption bourbon.
Yep.
That looks serious.
It's top shelf. It's totally top shelf.
Ed, where'd you get that bottle of redemption? That wasn't gifted to you?
No, I drink all that stuff.
Oh, man, that's gone. That's long gone.
I've still got some. I mean, I've got Tumbling Dice. I've got Oil Fire. I've got some 13 Colony left. I've got some Rye 3 left up there.
Nice, man.
I said, you know what? Let's celebrate. We just did our 25th drop on the podcast.
Let's do it. And I'm drinking this Ardor energy drink. It's white peach. I feel like you would like white peach.
How many carbs are in it?
I don't know, but it's got L-theanine and caffeine in it. L-theanine, man. It's supposed to chill you out too.
Cheers with redemption.
And episode 25. This will probably be episode 27, probably.
Probably.
How's the redemption?
A+.
Oh, nice. Nice. I've never even seen that bourbon before.
I had not either. The title grabbed me. I need redemption. I used to play Red Dead Redemption long ago.
That video game?
Yeah, on Sony, whatever the hell it was. Yeah.
Sony PlayStation?
Yeah.
Man, I never even played that.
I finished it.
Oh, you did?
I went all the way.
Ed,
I went all the way through it.
I, for some reason, cannot imagine you playing video games. I just can't.
Only certain ones. Red Dead Redemption, I played.
That just that doesn't compute in my brain. Just like looking at you, imagining you playing a video game. That does not. I can imagine you holding and drinking a bottle of bourbon, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
And shooting dice and shooting a gun. I just can't see
and
you.
shooting bourbon bottles.
Yeah. I just can't see you playing video games. Can't see you
I
playing
did.
Sony PlayStation.
I did. Oh, I had it. We loved it. I mean, I had 4 boys. What else you going to do?
I can imagine them playing it. Yeah, my dad never played video games with me.
Why are we talking about this? We're not talking about craps, right?
We're getting there. We're getting there. I decided that we're going to have the Dice Coach dials in, I think, episode 30. Every 10 episodes. And then episode 30, we have Dice Coach dials in.
Okay.
I like how that just became a thing. I didn't even mean it to become a thing, but I like that. I like that title. Dice Coach dials in. It's good.
You know what I like?
What?
Redemption.
All right. So, Ed, I got a bunch of things that I want to talk to you about. You ready?
A bunch of things. Do I need to
Yeah,
get my notepad out?
I don't know. No, because you're one of the great things about you is that you can just wing this.
I always wing it. That's all we ever do. I never know what we're going to be talking about.
You have no notes, no anything, and even if I do send you stuff, I feel like you don't even look at it. That's what
You sent me some stuff today.
2 messages I want to talk to you about. We got Old Bay Craps, who I had never met. He called the vent line.
Yeah. Old Spice.
Yeah, he says you call him Old Spice. Which I
do.
like. I like Old Spice.
When you see Old Bay Craps, don't you smell pine trees? I mean, every time he's on YouTube, I smell pine trees.
I like his logo because he's got that
Sweet Lou designed that for him.
Oh, really? He's got that crab in the middle of it. That's pretty sweet.
He was our student, guinea pig, when Gargoyle and I were doing that live coaching class back earlier in the year. He was our student.
That's Old Bay Craps?
Yes.
Oh, I had no idea.
He's gone on to bigger and better things now, but maybe we helped him get on the right track.
Yeah, you probably did. But Old Bay is also a seasoning, right?
That's why he named himself that.
I like that seasoning.
It is a seasoning.
It's like a catch-all. You can use that on a lot of things.
Shrimp.
Yeah.
We use it on shrimp down here. I mean, you boil your shrimp in Old Bay.
Yeah, I like how you say shrimp. Shrimp.
How do you say it?
It reminds me of Forrest Gump, how you'd say it in there, Bubba Gump, right? Shrimp.
Have you? All right. So here's a good question. Have you ever ate at a Bubba Gump shrimp?
I have not, but there's a Bubba Gump somewhere in Southern California. It's like either in Santa Monica Pier or Orange County Pier. Have you?
There's one at the Golden Nugget down in Biloxi.
I have put Old Bay seasoning on many things.
And you know what's on the TV screens? Nonstop, 24/7.
Is it Forrest Gump?
All the time. Never change. Don't ever go in there during football season expecting to see a football game. All you're going to see is Bubba Gump.
Man, I like that guy, Lieutenant Dan.
Isn't he an awesome guy? He is an awesome guy, though. I have a lot of respect.
Who is he? Who's the actor? You don't fucking know.
Ask Craig. He'll know immediately.
Oh, my God. I like the actor. Who is he? Huh? Jeremy Renner? It's not Jeremy Renner.
No.
It's some guy. Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan. Craig will know everything about it. Craig, if you could get Craig on some kind of game show that was all about movie trivia, he would murder that.
I'd prefer a game show that was all about craps, dude.
Okay, let's have one.
How much do you need to lay the 8-4 to win $500? Right? Questions like that. Those would be the tougher questions.
Those would be the tough questions, except for the math guys. The math guys would know that answer.
Should I play his message? Maybe I'll play his message.
Absolutely. It's a long one, but it's got a lot of movie in there.
All right, here it is.
Hey, Ed, 10 ton. Great podcast. Very entertaining. I look forward to it every week. It really makes my workday better. This is Craig, Old Bay Craps, a.k.a. OBC, a.k.a. Old Spice. 10 ton, Ed, I'll let you know what that's all about. Ed, I'm a little disappointed that you didn't get the Godfather references that 10 ton was spitting out, but you brought up Brian's song, which is a good movie. It was a good TV movie. And answer to your question, it was Billy D. Williams that played Gale Sayers. Fun fact, because you know I'm a TV movie guy, James Caan actually played high school football and was a more accomplished athlete than Billy D. Williams. And in the movie, Gale Sayers is supposed to surpass Brian Piccolo in speed and playing ability, so James Caan actually was forced to slow down considerably so that Billy D. Williams could believably outplay him. Another fun fact, Lou Gossett Jr. was supposed to play Gale Sayers, but right before shooting, Lou Gossett Jr. actually broke his Achilles tendon, and they had to replace him with Billy D. Williams. But had to jump in when I heard the last episode. You guys do such a great job. It's so fun. I hope someday I get to play with you, Ed, and maybe you, 10 Ton. I hope to be at the Brown Water Bash next year. It's always been hard for me to get there because it's right around my wedding anniversary. But love listening to you guys. Love the podcast. Keep it going. And I hope you all have a great week. See ya.
I had no idea that. So that message, Ed, was chock full of like TV facts.
Everything.
That I was surprised to learn. I had no
Can you
idea.
believe like they wanted Lou Gossett Jr. to be Gale Sayers?
Yeah, that one.
I don't see that at all. I don't see that at all. He didn't have the hair for that.
That threw me for the loop, and I had no idea Billy D. Williams even played him.
Billy D was great Gale Sayers as far as I was concerned.
Man, Billy D was awesome, dude. He was a cool, you know what?
But he had the fro. He had the fro going.
Like Jerry curls, dude, in this movie with, I think it was with Sylvester Stallone. Oh, check this out, man. This movie was great. Nighthawks. You ever see that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, Nighthawks, man.
Is it about hockey?
Absolutely not. It's about like a terrorist. That's a great movie, man. Billy D. Williams was his partner, was Stallone's partner. Man, I'm telling you, Ed, I'm going to send this to you. You should watch this. It's called Nighthawks. It's a great movie.
I'll get it on YouTube.
Yeah, you'll find it. Billy D. was in that. And also, I guess because we couldn't remember that, Mudslide also called in and left a message. Yeah, and he said that that it wasn't Brian. It wasn't Brian Petrocelli who we
I know. It was Piccolo.
It was Brian Piccolo, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I knew it was a P name.
Yeah.
But I was like, I was probably drinking.
It was Brian Piccolo. Yeah.
Yeah. Brian Piccolo.
And I like Mudslide's got some catchy taglines. Like he signed off. He was like, and remember, luck's got very little to do with it. Does he end your messages with that phrase? He ends when I talk.
Or keep it frosty.
Yep, I like those. I love
Mudslide. Yeah, we're ignoring Craig all of a sudden.
Well, Craig, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I mean, Craig's a good guy. I like Craig a lot. I actually played with Craig in Atlantic City. And in fact, I was just chatting with Craig like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, really? Did he tell you that he called the vent line?
But yeah, he told me he called the vent line. And he also told me he spoke with you for like 14 hours.
I texted.
Oh, was it just texting? Okay. What's happening in Vegas?
There's a guy that you don't know, Yo Chef. He's coming into town. That's a good name. Yo Chef. What a handle, huh? He's a private chef. I like that. Although I think it should be like, yes, chef. You know how they always answer in a kitchen? Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
I've never been in a kitchen.
Well, dude, listen, I watch enough of those like food cooking shows where
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite?
I like Gordon Ramsay shows just because I liked it, like the old ones, and he would just yell at people, like Bar Rescue. There's no excuse for how they let their restaurants or their bars just get run down.
There's this guy that's in England, but he's an Asian guy. Uncle somebody. I
don't know, man.
Freaking hilarious.
Oh, he is?
Oh, yeah. Gordon Ramsay loves him.
All right, maybe I'll check him out.
I'll have to find his Uncle, I don't know.
Uncle Fester.
No, it's not Uncle Fester.
That's a great name.
It's a little Asian guy.
Dude, that's a great handle, dude. Matt, if we could give that name to someone, Uncle Fester, dude, at the craps table, that would be good.
If we played with Uncle Fester, it would be running across the table or something. I don't think I want to cousin it.
I feel like Uncle Fester would roll like a lot of horn numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of aces.
Maybe he would bring that Thing out, and Thing would probably throw the dice for him.
Little hand out of the box.
Yeah.
That's what we need for Halloween. That's what we need.
What?
A Halloween show with Cousin It reaching out of the box.
And what kind of grip would Cousin It have? Dude, he would have
any kind he wants.
Yeah. We're going to talk about grips with Bo when Dice Coach dials in. That's one of the topics I have scheduled. I want to talk about grips because Recently, we talked about the Yuri grip. I want to go more into grips. Make a note of that, Ed.
Okay, mental note.
So Yo Chef's coming into town. He messaged me, but also obviously there's something going on because Wisco 330 is also going to be in town.
Again?
And he's going to be back in town, dude. And we're definitely going to go play. He's going to stay at Palms, I think. And maybe I'll go
Nice.
check out Palms. I mean, I haven't
I would
played there
love
since
to check out
they
Palm
redid it.
someday.
I heard the
Yeah,
tables are good.
I have heard that it's a fantastic to play there if you can get on the tables. So you got to go at the right time.
I'm going to play Wisco's message.
Hey, Tenton. Hey, Ed. It's Wisco here. I just wanted to call and give you a little trip report. I was in Vegas a couple weeks ago. Can't remember exactly when, but I had the pleasure of meeting and getting to play with Tenton, so that was awesome. It was a pleasure meeting him, and a real nice guy. It was an up and down kind of trip. I left in the positive. I was at Paris one night, actually our last night, and I was determined that I wasn't going to stay out too long. But next thing I know, it's 4:30 in the morning. I had been shooting not so great from stick left one, and I'm like, I think I need to switch my spots. And so it's a fairly empty table, and I ended up going straight out, which I had been having success with for the trip. And I pounded out a really nice hand in the mid-20s, and then I got the dice back, and I came out with a 12. I had 25, 25, 25 on the all-to-all small, and I was like, great, we got the hardest one out of the way. What do I do next? Of course, I hit a 617 reset. Well, I wasn't about ready to go back up 20, 20, 25, 25, 25, so I went back up 5, 15, 5, came out with a 12 again, and just kept rolling and rolling and rolling, had probably about a 30 roll hand, hit them all, and it got us back up to the trip. Awesome. It was 4:30 in the morning, said it's time to go get some rest. So I was playing with my buddy Jeremy, and we were walking from Paris to Horseshoe, and he said to me as we were walking down the hallway, he said, you know, this is Hooker Alley at this time of night. I looked at him like, come on, give me a break. And I kid you not, that's all we saw at 4:30 in the morning were hookers walking down that same pathway. Well, we both got to our rooms as quick as possible because we wanted to keep playing the next morning. Played for a little bit, then he had to go. I went and had some lunch, and then I decided I was going to head out to Durango Station since I had to go that way for the airport kind of anyway. So I went and played there, met up with some people there, was throwing on the crapless table from the end, having a great roll. I can't remember exactly what was going on, but I know I had my 6 pushed up to 180. And then what happens? 2 guys walk up to the other end of the table and buy in, and they don't buy in for $100. They buy in for like $2,000 each. They were clearly educated craps players, and man, was I irritated. I don't let a whole lot get me down at the craps table, but for some reason I really let that bother me. And then I decided I needed to channel my inner Ed. And when they bought in, it took forever, and then they didn't even place a bet. I couldn't help myself, and I just said, you're not even going to place an effing bet? Well, I proceeded to roll a 6, got paid $210, took that, rolled a 7, and I was out of there. So I know it's a polarizing subject, but there's got to be some common etiquette that we agree to in this game. I'll never figure it out, especially with educated craps players, ones that you can tell that they've been playing the game for a long time. So anyway, maybe discuss that a little bit. I know there's different opinions, but it was great to meet 10 Ton, and thanks for all you guys do. Wisco out.
All right, so Ed, Wisco. All right, Wisco, Ed.
Wisco.
He gave a trip report, and of course he said it was a pleasure meeting me, which it always is. He brought up a couple things. He talked about channeling his inner Ed. 2 guys bought into the table.
Yeah. But they didn't make a bet.
Exactly. They didn't make a bet.
So you have to make them make a bet.
That still happens, man, all the time. It happened to me at Caesars this weekend, which we'll talk about.
Well, just take the dice, set them down on the table, give them a little shove back towards the stick, and start pointing at the asshole that bought in during your throw and going, I want to see your bet. You bought in and you interrupted me. You fuss at them until they either freaking walk away or they make a bet.
I like that, Ed.
Then when they make a bet, turn your bets off, toss for the 7, and make them leave.
Ed, man, I like that recipe. You know what that is? That's a recipe for redemption, dude. All right. All right.
I got a bottle of it.
That's a good idea, man.
That's what you got to do. When these assholes buy in, you undress them in front of the crowd, push the dice back to the stick, and then you start screwing. You start yelling at those guys, whoever it is. I want to see your bet. You bought in during my roll, so you can make a bet. Now I want to see your bet. What's your bet? Let me see you go 640 across. Let me see you go 96 across. I don't care. Place the 6 and 8. Whatever you're going to do. And then they place it. Then you look at your dealer and go, turn my bets off, and you throw a 7.
So what are you going to use to throw the 7? What set?
All 7 set.
Yeah, you'd use the all 7 set. Nice. You know what? I didn't have an answer for that. I didn't know what I would do. In fact,
that's what you got to do. You've got to undress them. You've got to make them pull their pants down right there at the table.
Ed, listen, why? Okay, so for people,
you got to teach them a lesson. You got to teach them a lesson. It's the most improper, no etiquette jive that you can do.
Would you say that is at the top of the worst etiquette list?
Absolutely.
It's probably up there. Buying in when someone's in the middle of their roll.
If it says NO or ON, it really says NO. No, do not put your money on the table. That's what the puck's saying. So it's saying no, do not buy in.
When I was shooting at Caesars, and I was probably right around 5, 6. Some 2 guys bought in. They just put their money down. Actually, the stick. Sometimes when I'm shooting, they tell people to not buy in. Sometimes sticks are cool when they do that.
Some dealers will say you got to wait. Because people just walk up and throw money out there.
It's crazy, man.
And sometimes they're coolers.
Oh, you think that they're actually Yeti coolers?
Sometimes
Yeti coolers.
Sometimes they're Yeti guys.
They throw a big cooler on the table. Have a drink.
Have a 64-ounce Yeti cooler on the table.
Ed, you know what's funny though? I was just talking to you about Yeti coolers. Oh my God. I was just talking to you about Yeti coolers, Ed. That would be a good handle too. Yeti. Big guy, hairy dude. Long hair, Yeti. That'd be a good handle. Yeah.
Long white hair.
Oh yeah, that's a Yeti. More than snow.
Of course it's a Yeti.
The snow variety of Bigfoot.
That's exactly right. Where you been living?
I don't know, man. I've been living under a rock. All right. So anyway, that still happens. I don't know why it happens.
Because the general craps public that knows nothing about craps other than they want to go up there and lose money. They have no training.
I don't think that's what they want to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what they want to do. They're going to.
I don't think
they do.
I don't think the general public wants to lose money.
I think they do because they don't know how to bet. They don't know how to play. They don't know when to leave the table. They don't know anything about proper craps etiquette. They're there to lose money.
You are correct, sir. But I think that there's 2 subsets of people. There's a subset of people that like literally don't know what they're doing.
Brain dead and stupid.
Well, yeah, or just naive. And I'll give them credit. You can tell. But actually, no, because they're a little more tentative on not even knowing what to do with money. But there are people that just come down and throw it down and have no clue. And those are the ones. Now I have a good response.
And they don't make a bet. That's the knuckleheads.
Yeah. And that happened. That did just happen. And 2 guys, and it interrupted my roll. Man, that changes the energy. But you realize that you having that response of like sending the dice back and then talking to them, that's now essentially you've just shut down your own roll.
Oh, yeah. So you turn your bets off and throw for a 7. Once you make them either make a bet or leave.
So in essence, they've just pretty much screwed up your roll and you're just going, yep, this is screwed up because of what's happened. And I'm going to just end it. You're like putting a cap on it.
Yep. Cap it off.
Wisco hit his 6, took his money.
And there's none better. There is none better than Clay up in Atlantic City for undressing someone at the table.
Clay.
Yeah, his name's Clay.
Does he have a handle?
I'll have to think of it.
See if you can remember that. Okay. Clay.
Right.
That's an interesting name.
But I played with him. He came down Biloxi one time. He had passed me the dice and I was shooting, and two guys came in and bought in from straight out, right in the middle of this long row. And I pushed the dice back, let them go ahead, and then Clay starts on them. Where's your bet? Where's your bet? Let me see your bet. You're not going to bet? I want to see your bet. Then 220 inside, who was next to him, started jumping on their ass too, because they're right there next to him.
Damn, 220 got into the mix.
He got into the mix. He was jumping on their ass. These guys literally, ultimately, just picked up their chips and walked away from the table because we gave them such a hard time. I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, you know, sometimes you fuss at the wrong person, but you're still fussing because money flew in at the table.
Yeah.
But I mean, these guys bought in for, you know, a couple of grand or whatever and didn't place a bet.
It's unfortunate.
We wanted to see their money. If they're going to buy in the middle of the row, obviously they're in a hurry to make a bet. Where is your bet? I mean, if you've got to buy in now, you must be ready to make a bet. Let's see your bet. What numbers do you want? That dealer right there will be happy to place your bets. Give him your chips. I want to see where you're going to place your bets.
That's unfortunate.
Happens all the time.
I'm going to do that next time. I'm just going to give in to this roll is screwed up. Energy is done. And I'm just going to pass the dice back. I'm going to try to roll a 7. I'm going to turn my bets off and I'm going to make them place a bet. I like that, Ed. You know what? I agree with you. I don't respectfully disagree with you at all. I
really?
wholeheartedly
You don't disagree with my being an asshole?
I wholeheartedly agree with you because I've had many a fantastic roll interrupted.
Have you ever thrown the dice at someone?
No, I would never do that. I just would never do that.
Oh, I do all the time.
I would not get, I feel like I'd get kicked out of the casino. Oh, you mean like throwing it like you're throwing and it goes off the table? Yeah.
No, just hit them in the face.
No.
Just
no. Oh, man.
Just throw it at the eyeballs.
He also mentioned that after that, him and, because he was with Moonshine Melvin, they were walking through that space in between the
Hooker's Alley. Hooker's Alley.
Yeah.
You're familiar with that place.
Yeah, because I walk through there all the time, but I've noticed a few ladies of the evening there, Ed. A few, but I didn't know that it was called, Hooker's Alley. I mean, that's like
I love it.
That is a name, right? Hooker's Alley. I thought that would be more like in between the Flamingo and Harrah's in the back somewhere. That seems like more appropriate place for Hooker's Alley.
I don't even know. That probably is, but it's
somewhere.
Not. I mean, that's like Hooker's
cave
or something. Yeah, exactly.
Tunnel.
I mean,
Hooker's tunnel. Oh man. Yeah.
The Hooker tunnel. What are you drinking there? Okay, it's a green bottle.
Mountain Valley spring water, man, in a glass bottle.
You get you any blue yet?
No, I actually haven't ordered a case, man. I'm hoping you just send me some.
You want me to send you some blue?
Yep, from the Republic of
Alabama.
All right, so Ed.
Yes.
I've got,
because I know nothing about what you're just throwing shit at me. So
yeah, okay. I want to talk to you about. So I sent you a little breakdown of my sessions. I went out with Hype Man this past weekend.
You have a vivid imagination.
What
about what you send me?
Oh, that you would even look at?
That you actually even send it?
Sometimes. No, I did send you. I sent you actually a breakdown and an Excel file. I sent you a screenshot of my session.
I saw your win-loss record. That I saw. Yes.
I was with Hype Man. 7:20, which would be Saturday and Sunday night. I played craps with Hype Man, who is back in town.
Been a long time.
And it's been a minute since I played with Hype Man, and he's got such a good vibe. He just makes friends at the entire table. He's one of the most positive people I've been around at a craps table. Like him and Lord Toranaga, man, I think that table is going to just start floating, I think, from the good vibes.
Yeah, they're going to put anchors on the table.
Yeah, imagine if they did. Yeah, it'll just
tied
start
to the floor,
levitating because there's going to be so much good vibes there.
That would scare me, by the way.
This is what I wanted to talk to you about because it happened both nights. I found myself in quite the predicament. And I mentioned this on Patreon that I'm keeping records of my sessions now because I want to be accountable ever since I came back from,
The
from LA.
IRS appreciates that also.
Well, I came back and I have officially, since I put everything in LA in storage, since I'm officially here, now I'm like, perfect time to start. And I started with the Durango session with Craps RN. My second and third sessions were with Hype Man this past weekend. Okay.
Okay.
When I'm going to the table now, my goal is obviously I have a walk goal. Like when I'm up 20%, I'm going to leave. So with $5,000 as a buy-in on both these nights, my walk goal was $1,000.
Nice. Okay.
So Ed, this is what happened. And I've been thinking about this and I need to tell you about this because I was up early. Both sessions, Ed, literally within the first shooter on the first night, which was Hype Man. He's a great opener. That guy, if this was baseball, which we know is boring, he's a great leadoff. He's a great leadoff shooter. So both nights, I had hit my goal on the first person. I was up over $1,000.
All right. So wait a minute. Because you said you were going to walk.
Yeah, I know.
At
That's the whole
1,000.
point.
You're looking for 20%. You're going to walk.
Yep.
So what's the problem?
Okay. The problem is that we had like gone to play craps and it was
Been there 10 minutes and you won your goal.
Yep. And
you decided, hang on.
because we just got there, haven't even gotten really drinks.
How long you've been there has nothing to do with
I
when
wanted to
you
put some
walk.
time in and play Caesars and experience Caesars. I haven't played there in like
You
10
live
years.
in freaking Vegas, dude.
I know.
You can go to Caesars every day.
I could theoretically, but I haven't, and I haven't actually been to Caesars in 10 years. Isn't that weird? So I
That
decided.
is weird. No, I don't think it's weird because I haven't been to. I've never played craps at Caesars in my life.
Ed, you'd like it. I loved it.
I wouldn't.
I
wouldn't like it.
I've
I've been in the craps pit and looked around, walked around, left.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And what turned you off about it?
When I walked in there the last time, it was $50 minimum on most tables, and some of them were $100 minimums.
Okay, well, pretend those weren't there. When
They were there.
Okay, well, maybe you walked in at the wrong time, but we walk in there, you and I, we should go play there when you're out here. And it'll probably be, when I went in there, it was 25. You can deal with 25.
I like 25.
Yeah, 25's fine. So, I mean, later on in the night, when I went to one table, it was 50.
In fact, 25 is probably my favorite minimum table.
25 is perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ed, this is the dilemma. The dilemma is I went there to play and all of a sudden you're up. What do you do? What do you do? I stayed, okay, because part of me felt like, I don't know, I just wasn't all about like business, okay, I'm going to get this and peace out. See ya, Hype. Like I just said hello to you. Bye. Right. I wasn't going to do that, but it happened both times. And I'm looking down at my chips going, oh man, this just happened again. And I'll tell you, the first night I was down. I bought in for $5K. I left down $225 after 2.5 hours of play.
But you were up. You were up
in the very beginning.
$1,000
for sure
in the first 20 minutes.
Yes.
Or less.
Yes. And then the second night, I walked back in. My buy-in was 4,775, which is what I had left in my pocket from the night prior. I left 5,700. So I was up. I had made up the 225.
And you walked. You walked then, right?
No. I did not walk. This happened.
No.
So Ed, this happened both times. That's what I ended up leaving with. But I was up more than that again. The very first roll.
What is the matter with you?
Well,
okay. Are you there? Ask yourself this question.
There you go. Yeah, here you go. Down the checklist. I already know what's coming. It's like you're getting yelled at by your dad. You already know what's coming. Go ahead.
Yeah. What's coming? You tell me what's coming.
You're there to win money, aren't you? Aren't you there to win money?
The first,
so why don't
question.
you leave?
Are you there to win money?
Yes, I went there to win money. Plus, I went there.
Have you won or exceeded your goal?
I have hit my goal.
Okay. You've hit or exceeded your goal.
Mm-hmm.
Time at the table is not your friend. So why are you still there?
That's a fantastic question. And I've been asking myself that since it happened. And
And here's the answer. I know the answer.
You would not do this. And let me ask you this, Ed. If that was you are not walking. I would bet my life on it. Well, first of all, because maybe you're not going in there with a goal that I had, because I'm trying to be a model craps player, because we have this podcast and I want to make sure people see, hopefully I'm not a loser. But yes, I set a goal and then I should have walked and said later hype, goodbye, hi, goodbye, both nights. But
The Beatles did a song about this game.
well, what was it
It's
called?
called Hello Goodbye.
Dude, listen,
I mean, hello, goodbye. Hello, hype, goodbye, hype.
you would not have, what would you have done? First of all, you probably wouldn't have imposed those limits on yourself like I'm doing, but what would you have done? You or me? You're staying. You didn't even get to shoot the dice.
Well, I probably wouldn't have won that much if I wasn't shooting.
Yeah, well, it's relative. It's
So,
relative.
But
You would have bought in for less, so you would have won.
the rack has two sections for a reason.
I can't wait to hear this one. Okay, yeah,
I mean,
okay.
You
Well,
got the side of the rack that's close to the table. You got the side of the rack that's close to you.
Okay.
All right. So all of a sudden you're up,
Yep.
and you're up more than your goal.
Mm-hmm.
You take your buy-in, move it to the rack closest to you. Why? Because that's closest to you. That's your money, right?
Yeah.
And you take your win goal and you put it in the same rack
Mm-hmm.
closest to you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything left?
No,
Yeah.
a couple bucks. Yeah. Yeah. $2. Yeah.
No, $2, and you give the dealers and you walk away.
Yeah. And you walk away. You're not walking away, Ed. I know you're not, right? I know that if I had to place a bet, you would not walk away. Let's say you bought in for $600. The guy rolls some other random shooter and he just happened to go on a heater and you made now all of a sudden in your rack is $400.
All right. So
What would
all right,
you do now, Ed? He's out. You're up 400.
honest truth. My 600 goes in the back rack because that's my buy-in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not leaving down.
Okay.
And the dice are coming. Are the dice coming to me?
Sure. Let's say the dice are coming to you, man.
Dice are coming to me. I'm going to play with the $400.
All right. Let's say this. You're up $300 and the dice are coming to you with a buy-in of 600.
I'm playing with the 300.
Okay. You're up 200. What are you doing? Are you playing with just 200 or are you playing with the 800?
Probably more than 200. I will probably allow myself more than, because you're looking at a $25 table.
Yeah.
But I have bought in at a $200 table before with $200 on a $25 table before with $200.
Yeah.
555 on the ATS, $30 on the 6 and 8. Give me a 4 and a 10, and I got no change left. Let's play.
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption.
Redemption, baby.
So, Ed, I was just thinking about this.
You hit the 4 and the 10.
10-4, good buddy. 10-4, good buddy.
You hit the 10-4, good buddy. I don't play it like you do. You hit the 6 and 8, and all of a sudden, you're staring down the barrel at a tall. You throw the tall, then you throw the small, which means you hit the all. And then you know what you do? You freaking, as soon as you 7 out, you color up.
Kids, it's that easy. It's that easy.
It's that simple. It's not easy. It's that simple.
All right. So, Ed.
Because I called you from Tunica because that was the second ATS of the day I had thrown.
Yeah.
I walked up to an empty
machine.
table, and I walked up to a table, and it was a $25 table. And I had forgotten I'd already put all my money in the safe, and I had $200 in my pocket. And I went, well, let's play with this $200.
Nice. Okay, so I was just thinking about there should be a name for that situation that happened.
The redemption session.
It's like you know what the Irish goodbye is, Ed? You ever hear the Irish goodbye?
I'm not Irish.
My friends would always say that. Like, guys, it's the Irish goodbye. It's a term used for when someone leaves a party without saying goodbye to anyone. That's what they call it. They call it the Irish goodbye.
You leave without saying goodbye.
Yeah, like let's say you went to a party with a bunch of your friends.
Yeah.
And then like one of your friends just like dipped out and just left, didn't say goodbye. That's called the Irish goodbye.
Was he with a girl?
I don't know. He just doesn't say goodbye to anyone. It's just a no-win scenario because people still go to be social So you're like on that fine line of being like, okay, well, I'm a craps player and I gotta leave with money, which is what you should be doing or what I'm doing. But I also went to go socialize.
That's what bars are for.
Yeah, but I'm not drinking.
Have a club soda.
Yeah, I was having a soda, but that's the whole thing. It was almost like it was like that thing in Star Trek. You don't watch Star Trek.
Or give me your drink. I'll drink your drink. I don't care. Order me a bourbon, dude.
If I had left, hindsight's always 2020. I would have been 1,000 that night and then 1,000 the next night, more than 1,000 the next night, which would have been nice because then it would have added my bankroll.
What would Bo have done?
Was Bo going to meet friends from out of town? That's the other like little like thing in the. I wasn't just going out like, okay, I'm going to go play craps. I was going to meet hype
Look,
man.
this is an easily rectified situation.
Go ahead, rectify it.
Hello, hype man. Let's play a little craps, but I'm going to tell you, if I get up 20% and you see me color up, you know, I made my 20%. No offense. I'm going to be sitting in that stool right over there by that slot machine behind you. Good luck.
Or I could just be like, hi, man, I think I left the stove on.
No, just tell him up front.
Go.
Just tell him up front. If you see me leave, you know I've either hit my loss limit or I've hit my win limit and I'm done. I don't care if I'm there 5 minutes or 5 hours.
Yeah, it's going to have to be something that I implement into.
Yeah, I mean, that's really how you handle it.
Because I'm going to be going out with a lot of people that are coming in town to play craps. And then it's not going to be me being
Then
rude.
you can teach them like leaving when you're up.
Yeah, I know. But that brings up the whole conundrum of people that are coming into town. Like, let's say this weekend, Wisco.
I warned you.
And Yo Chef. And
I warned you.
What did you warn me about? Well, it's more of a me problem than a them problem because they're coming into town. They're going to play a lot. Like you're not going to do that. Ed, hey, you come into town and I'm up 20% or I'm up my 20% and we're going out. I'll be like, see you later, Ed.
I'm going to be like,
I haven't
I'll
seen
see you later.
I've never met you in person, but you know what? Great first roll. I'll talk to you later. Call me later.
I'll say goodbye.
I left the stove on.
And then I'll send you, then I'm going to send you pictures of all the money I won after
That's
you left.
true. It's like a woulda, coulda, shoulda. Maybe I should, I don't know. That's going to be a tough one. Ed, that might happen. Actually, that situation might happen. All of a sudden, we should call it a new name, though. It shouldn't be the Irish goodbye. It's going to be something, man. But yeah, man, it's that no-win scenario, like the Kobayashi.
Like we'll just call it the Kobayashi.
Yeah, dude, the Kobayashi Maru. Do you remember what that was?
I know exactly what the Kobayashi Maru is. The no-win scenario in Star Trek.
No way, Ed. I am very proud.
Kirk is the only one to ever beat it. Why did he beat it? Because he reprogrammed the ending.
What the hell? Who am I talking to right now? How do you know that? You can't. You usually don't. What? Yes, it is the Kobayashi Maru.
Everybody knows what the Kobayashi Maru is.
I don't think a lot of people know. That was a no-win scenario because that cargo ship or fuel ship was stuck in between Klingon airspace and Federation airspace or something. It was in the Klingon zone. And if you go in there, you're either going to get killed, but if you don't go in there, the fucking ship is going to get destroyed and all those people are going to get killed. Thus, it's a no-win scenario.
But what did Captain Kirk do?
He cheated, right? He cheated.
He adapted and he overcame.
Oh, that's good, man. I like William Shatner, man. I think that guy's hilarious, isn't he? When he got older, he's just funny. That dude is hilarious.
Really, he is funny.
Isn't he? Oh my God.
Doing freaking commercials.
Yeah, he'd be great to play craps with.
For Expedia.
Yeah, William
They should be
Shatner.
our sponsor. We got it. I mean, look, we got bourbon that could sponsor us. Expedia could sponsor us.
So I'm so impressed that you know what the Kobayashi Maru is.
We'll call it the Kobayashi.
I like it, dude. That's going to be the scenario. And I'm probably going to be in the Kobayashi Maru situation with you because you're shooting. I'm going to make money. And then I'm just going to be like, Kobayashi, and give you the signal. And then just like bow.
And I'm going to go back at you and I'm going to go, Maru, baby.
And then, then I'll text you later and hopefully you will, I've made some money and I'll be eating lunch somewhere. But yeah, man, that's going to happen. The Kobayashi. That's what we're going to call it.
We're gonna call it the Kobayashi when you bow out.
Yep. You got to bow out and you got to bow. All right. Dude, that might happen with Toranaga,
It sounds like
the Kobayashi and the Sayonara.
it fits the name.
Maybe after the Kobayashi, you bet one more time the Sayonara.
You can do the sayonara bet after the Kobayashi.
Yeah, that's like you're just okay, one more. That's it.
You feel better now?
I'm impressed, more impressed that you know that random TV fact and you actually know that Kirk was the
He
one.
reprogrammed the computer. He reprogrammed the software.
That's impressive, man, that you even know that. I mean, that was a Wrath of Khan. Dude, you know who played Khan?
Absolutely.
Who? Tell me. You don't know.
Mr. Corinthian Leather. Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, fine Corinthian leather. Dude, okay, what's his name? You don't know. It's Ricardo Montalban.
Well, of course, it's Ricardo Montalban. He played on
Fantasy
the
Island.
the
Yeah.
Fantasy Island. Yeah,
Yes,
with the
dude.
little short guy.
Yeah, tattoo.
Which I can't. Yeah,
Hervé
tattoo.
Villachez, I
That
think
was his name.
Yeah.
Hervé, yeah, Village. Yep,
Yeah, he was Khan, man. That was great, dude.
that was his actual chest. That wasn't, fabricated bullshit he was wearing. That was actually Ricardo Montalban's.
Yeah, man.
Because he had that open shirt.
Yeah, he
with the
got
big X.
bulked up, man. He bulked up for that thing.
Many, 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 many years later, after he did the original Star Trek as the same guy, where they sent him to the. So here's a question.
All right, I'm ready. A full-length extended version of this podcast is available exclusively on our Patreon page. New episodes drop weekly every Tuesday. We hope you enjoyed this podcast and will tell all of your fellow craps-playing friends about it. Please follow Casino Tears on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. If you like the show, please rate it 5 stars and leave a review. The best and most fun way to contact us would be to call and leave a message on our official Casino Tears vent line, 229-07. You can also email us at no7@casinotears.com. New episodes drop weekly every Tuesday. And lastly, to help support this podcast, you can visit our Patreon at patreon.com/casinotears. On behalf of Roll to Win Craps from Alabama and 10 Ton is #1 from Las Vegas, thanks for listening.